What is in the box? Hello, all you string pickers out there. I hope that you are having the best Sunday ever. We are starting a new series. Believe it or not, this is the cheapest guitar kit on Amazon that I could find. $59. I have always put together guitars from broken guitars. I don't know if that makes much sense to you, but when I was younger and I had guitars, somebody would throw away guitars and I would fix, rebuild, make something out of, try to make two or three into one. However, I have never in my entire life bought a kit and that just came in pieces and built a guitar, done the finish and everything myself. This guitar is unfinished. Uh, this guitar is in just pieces. So I kind of wanted to do something like this because I see a lot of the build series on YouTube. And I've seen one or two videos on this guitar, building this guitar and putting it together, but not very many of them. I had gotten the idea for this off of some of the other videos I've seen, people with the Leo James kit. Shout out to Ted Talks Guitar and Life. People with other Besley brands putting those together. So I decided that I would get the cheapest one that I could find just to see how it's going to turn out. Now, I understand that I'm not going to put this thing together and it's going to work right off the bat. I know that. I don't have good luck when it comes to stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is show the process. We're going to turn this into a playable, good looking instrument. And plus, the body style on this was so chaotic. I just thought it screamed rock and roll. So I had to have it. So I bought this kit. It was $59. Had to pay shipping on this one. Normally, I have Prime and normally I do not have to pay shipping, but on this one I did have to pay shipping. So it was a little more than 59, but we're just going on the base price of $59 for this kit. So we're going to unbox it today. We're going to look at what we get in the box, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do with this kit to make it, and it might be a fail. Who knows? It could be a complete fail that this is even playable, but I want to apply my knowledge of guitar repair and building and everything that I've learned over the many years that I played music into putting this together, because this is going to be my first actual kit that I've done. If you don't know, this channel has been basically I acquire guitars, I fix them, do them up, and everything. So let me get you better situated, and we're going to go through what's in this box and then talk about what we're going to do with it and then start this series off. This is part one of this kit guitar, the cheapest guitar on Amazon that I bought, so you don't have to. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Now, Right here on top, we're going to see what this guitar is. This is a Kataxon, I think is how you pronounce it, Ktaxon. This is the guitar. That's the shape and what it looks like. Now it's unfinished like this, supposed to be unfinished like this. But this body style, I didn't know much about it. I just thought, you know, it's mahogany. It says it's supposed to be, I guess we'll have to look at that. I think it's supposed to be mahogany. Not sure. But, and here is the back of the guitar, basically parts list. Uh, you know, but that's, anyway, that's what it's supposed to look like. This is not what it's going to look like when I get done with it. We'll talk about that in a second. So this is the kit. Now I know that some of you guys probably don't care about this part of it, but I just want to document that this is what we get and make sure that we've got the parts needed for this. Now I did watch a couple of videos that talked about that people done these guitars where they just got them out and they put them together and boom, that was it. It was done. And had some complaints about it needed screws that were hardened and so on and so forth. But this is the body right here. It looks to be like a three-piece body. Yeah, a three-piece body. We can see the seam line here and then another seam line here. But isn't that a crazy looking body? That is just, that's so crazy. I can already tell by feeling of it, we're going to have to do some sanding, and I hate sanding. I really do, but I do have the stuff to sand with, and I want to make it mine, so I'm going to do that. It is sanded down to a decent finish, but you know, if you're anything like me, you want it to be really good for the primer and for the paint. So, and I also ordered some copper foil tape for shielding on the backs and everything. But yes, that body style is insane. Let me see what we're looking at as far as thickness goes, because that's the one thing about that I kind of I mean, it's lightweight. I'm all about that. I really don't care so much for it being thin. Um, so let's check out the thickness of the body. Okay, we're looking at 1 inch, and we'll call that 1 inch and 5/8. It says 1.656 is what it says. So that's not too bad. It's going to be lightweight, but as a reference, let's do old buddy red right here. See, red's just a little bit thicker. Yeah, see, red is 1.8, just shy of 2 inches. So that's not really going to be a big deal for me. I really don't look at that as a problem. So let's get that and the body out of the way and move on to the neck. Okay, let's pull this neck out here. Yeah, I was saying before, I don't know if you guys like the unboxing part, but I do like the unboxing, especially for videos. That way, if there's ever any reason to have to return, I have it on video that it was just taken out of the box. And here we go. And this is the neck. Dry as a chip. Now, I do know that I'm probably going to wind up having to level frets and everything. The nut looks decent. Uh, it's not big and bulky. It looks okay. It's got some glue coming out the side of it there. You can't feel the fret ends though, so that's a good thing. No sharp fret ends. And there's the back, and it's got that tilted back, so we won't have to worry about string trees and things like that. So that is the neck. Now we are going to prime this. This is going to be a series because I can't do all of what I'm wanting to do with this guitar in a day. So we're going to try and do our best to go about painting this guitar. I was going to stain it until I looked at the wood material and seen it was a three-piece body. I don't think staining it is going to be the right way to go. Let's see, there's our back plate. They sent some strings. I'll just use those for extras because we all know the way to go is the Adagio. So we'll keep those strings just in case. And here are the pickups. I got the pickups and the rings. And this is the bridge. And this one is the neck, I'm pretty sure. We're going to go ahead right now and check the output on those. Okay, let's get out our multimeter here. And now I'm not doing this ahead of time. I know once we get this on the guitar that we can go through the toggle switches and find out exactly what they're going to read when they're blended together. I just want a reading of how much they are just right out of the box. Looks like 1263, which is pretty decent. I always say I like them between 12 and 14, even a little hotter than that would be okay, up to 16, 17K, just depending on pickups like these will be just fine as long as they have a good tone. And let's see what we got here. And this is all plug and play stuff, so there shouldn't be any soldering. Okay, and we're looking at 834 for the neck. So we've got about 12.5K and about 8.3K. So the pickups, I think, are going to be decent. I think they'll be all right. I was considering, and I probably will uh, at a later date. I'm not really sure. I just want to put these in there and see how they're going to pan out, if they're going to work real good, if they sound real good. And if they do, then that's fine. I'll probably just end up leaving them in the guitar. Uh, but who knows? I may wind up getting another set off a marketplace or someplace like that and just putting those in there. And you know, it depends. And right here is our volume and tone and three-way. I think that is a three-way switch. Yep, that's a three-way switch. We've got silver knobs, which these, I'm thinking I may swap these out. I'm not sure. These are unbranded cheapos. I don't know yet on that. I don't know what I'm going to do about the tuners. And then we have our tremolo. Now that I will have to solder. And then let's see, we've got our jack, our output jack. And of course, we've got all of the barrels, washers, buttons, strap buttons, things like that. So it looks like we've got all the parts that we need to get going on this thing. But like I said, this is going to come at a later time. This also comes with a strap and a pick, it looks like. I'm sure that's just a branded strap, maybe even unbranded. And there's a guitar pick in there. And then, of course, you get your El Cheapo amp cord that no one hardly ever uses. I keep them around just in case. Got the wiggle stick in there. And we've got our truss rod adjustment Allen wrench. So that takes care of that part of it. It looks like we got everything. I'm sorry, guys. My back has been killing me. I don't understand why when you get old your check engine light comes on and it never shuts off. So I'm trying to just muscle through it. May need therapy. Have somebody I don't know stretch me out so I'm a foot taller and pop in places I've never thought I'd pop. So let me stop you right there, and then we're going to talk about paint and so forth. Okay, so we are looking at Casey's first DIY guitar kit. I don't know why I've not ever done one of these before. I've always just looked at all of these instruments and I got those and I made them my own. I think I said in the last video that I don't care who you are. If you get a guitar, the first thing you're going to do is have a luthier set it up the way you want it to play, or you're going to set it up yourself. You're going to modify it at one point or another. And that is the whole basis behind this channel, is so that you guys out there can look at the reviews of different guitars that I've done, maybe get into doing a little build series like this, or just a build your own at home. You know, a lot of people out there like to have a story to tell behind their instruments. I have stories behind every one of these instruments. I think the stories become a part of these instruments' life. I think that they really add to the character of the instrument, because everything really has a story to tell. So I got this one. I'm going to make it my own. I'm not I'm gonna do a little flashiness to it, and I'm going to make a run of it. I'm going to make this guitar into something that I can be proud of. Hopefully, maybe it will be okay. I know that it is going to hone my skills as far as some of the techniques and stuff that most of us musicians lack, and I do on some of these things. Like for the most part, when things come to guitars, uh, most things that I do to a guitar are second nature. There are things about guitar that scare me to death. Uh, used to be scared to death to file a nut. Always was afraid, man, if I get this too deep, I'm just going to have to knock this one out, put another one in, start all over. So on and so forth. There was other things that there's just things about it that a lot of us, we have our little quirks. There's things that we will do with a blindfold on, and there's things we wouldn't do at all. So I want to eliminate that process in my thinking with this guitar. So most of you don't know out there, uh, I have been an artist as long as I've been a guitarist. I've done paints, I've done airbrushes, oil paints, pastels. I do charcoal and graphite portraits, uh, animal portraits. I used to design tattoos and a lot of other styles of art. Um, the only thing I was never good at was airbrushing. But with this, I'm not going to use an airbrush technique with this, but we're going to do this guitar in a technique that I learned from, I can't remember the guy's name. I watched, I probably watched 30 of his videos because he does all these different techniques with just spray can paint. And they look so good. And a lot of the techniques I've done before with airbrushing, but a lot of them I have not. So, what I'm planning on doing on this build series is I have come up with a technique from watching this guy's videos. If I can find this video again, I'll link it in the description. But we're going to make this guitar look like it's wet. Uh, Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh man, a guitar like that needs flames and skulls and all this other stuff on it. Yeah, you're probably right, but I'm not really doing this guitar for anyone but me. So on this, I have this little test piece of basswood. I have a lot of these in a little bag that I do little tests on, as far as painting or wood burning or anything. There's a technique that this guy showed me that I can use with three colors. And this is more than likely, this was just a quick pass, but this is more than likely going to be how the front, the face of this guitar is going to look. So this is what we're looking at. I don't know if that's focusing or not, but it looks wet. I want to walk you through how I'm going to do this, when I do it, and you're going to see for yourself how this is done. And we are going to make this guitar body, the face of this guitar is going to be this. We're going to make it look like it's been left out in the rain and it's just got water droplets all over it. This is really easy to do, but I'm not going to spoil it for you right now. I want you to see how it's done. It's going to blow your mind when you see it. But I have to credit the guy that I got this idea off of. But I went with different colors, and I'm going to do like a different scheme than he did. But this is what we're looking at, and I'm going to walk you through how I do this. and show you what it's going to look like, the final product on the body of the guitar. And I'm also going to do the headstock, the face of the headstock like this. The back of the neck is probably going to be just a satin finish, clear coat, and we're going to do the clear coat on that because I'm not a big fan of glossy slick, like the shine on the back of the neck. I've It doesn't bother me, but I just kind of want that part of the guitar to kind of stay its color, and we're just going to put like a satin finish on it to give us that real slick, fast hand movement. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'm sorry that we're not doing any building today. Thank you guys for coming in. As always, keep your eyes to the tube. If you've not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stay with me through this series. You're going to see how many times I mess up, how many times I have to fix it. And like, share if you want to. It's 100% fine. I'm not going to press you into doing it. I do enjoy you guys being here, and I really appreciate all the comments that I've got. Like I said, shout out to TED Talks Guitar and Life for this, because without looking in his, I probably wouldn't have got into this. But we're going to find out what the cheapest guitar kit on Amazon is going to bring for us. And we're planning on ripping this thing up when we get it together and get it playing. Also, shout out to Tone Yeager. If you guys have not been over there and subscribed to his channel, please do. Brant is just a ball of light in the guitar community that everybody needs to witness. So once again, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. But the door is closing. So